Premier Rides splashed onto the roller coaster scene in 1996 when they unveiled their innovative linear induction motor launch on Flight of Fear. Many manufacturers and parks have preferred to use the more efficient linear synchronous motors, or LSMs, in recent years over LIMs for their improved efficiency, Premier Rides included. But today, I want to count down the 10 best Premier Rides coasters that I have ridden. Number 10. Backlot Stunt Coaster at Cedar Fair Parks. Originally themed to the Italian Job, the Backlot Stunt Coaster has some decent theming along the course. For the most part, this is just a family ride with modest speed and just a small pop of airtime here and there. But the initial helix is quite intense. I usually start to gray out every time. Number 9. Runaway Mountain at Six Flags Over Texas. Premier Rides hasn't made many coasters with a traditional lift hill, but Runaway Mountain is one of them. It's essentially one of those windstorm models enclosed in complete darkness. But that makes this coaster way more exciting than it has any right to be. This ride has some forceful helixes and a steep twisting plunge midway through the ride. Number 8. The Assorted Spaghetti Bowl Clones. This includes the outdoor models like Joker's Jinx and Poltergeist, as well as the indoor models like Flight of Fear. And I'm torn which one I prefer. On one hand, I love how disorienting this layout is in darkness in Flight of Fear. On the other hand, Flight of Fear brings you to a complete stop before the second half. The outdoor ones do not, meaning the second half is faster and more intense on Joker's Jinx or Poltergeist. But both have decent launches and a wonderfully twisted layout. Number 7. Skyrocket at Kennywood. The prototype Skyrocket coaster is a nice little ride. It starts strong with a decent launch, a great top hat, and 2 wonderful 0G rolls and a steep drop off the mid-course. However, it really peters out at the end. The finale is way too slow, so the final bunny hills had no airtime or thrills. Number 6. The Skyrocket 2 Clones. This super compact clone packs a lot of thrills into a small footprint. You have a solid multi-pass launch, 2 insane moments of ejector airtime, and a hang time filled barrel roll. This coaster may be short, but it's a rush from start to finish. Number 5. Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast at Six Flags Over Texas and Six Flags St. Louis. Mr. Freeze has an okay launch, but this coaster makes the list for what comes after the launch. The inverted top hat is a super disorienting and forceful element, particularly when you take it in reverse. It feels really unnatural in the best way possible. I also love the spike and the gravity-defying second launch. This results in some incredible hang time before you descend towards the ground and repeat the course going forwards. Number 4. Revenge of the Mummy at Universal Studios Hollywood. This is one of the best themed coasters in the world, complete with some surprising effects leading up to the launch. The main coaster segment isn't tall nor fast, but you experience it going forwards and backwards, getting a few decent pops of airtime along the way. The only flaw with this coaster is the anticlimactic finale. Number 3. Revenge of the Mummy at Universal Studios Florida. This is the superior Mummy if you ask me. This one has a stronger launch, better airtime, superior theming, and a finale that doesn't leave you scratching your head. The only thing the Hollywood version has on the Orlando version is a better backwards portion. Number 2. Full Throttle at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is another launch coaster where the launches are decent, but the elements after the launch are the standouts. I love the ridiculous hang time in the gargantuan loop, especially since you have just a lap bar. And the ejector airtime on the top half finale is spectacular as well. Yes, it's a bummer it ends immediately after that, but Full Throttle is a blast. Number 1. West Coast Racers at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is easily Premier Ride's best coaster in my opinion. West Coast Racers is a really long ride, with a diverse set of elements including the insane ejector airtime in the high 5, 4 hang time filled inversions, some high G turns, and a few other pops of airtime. And this is all done while racing another vehicle. The visuals of the other car mere inches from you really make this a dynamic coaster experience. So those are my favorite Premier Rides roller coasters that I've personally ridden. What are your favorite Premier Rides roller coasters or thoughts on the company in general? I'd love to hear your comments down below. Thank you for listening and subscribe for more countdowns here at Canopy Coaster.